After losing both legs in a car accident, my best friend asked me to go hiking with her. No matter how much I tried to persuade her, I couldn't change her decision. I exhausted myself taking care of her the entire way. That night, I accidentally came across her livestream. In the camera frame, Lin Wanwan's eyes were red and swollen from crying, and every word of her accusation struck a chord. Jiang Nian said she'd bring me hiking to relax. But then she left me on the mountain and went off on her own. I can't get down the mountain now. It's so dark all around. I'm really scared. The sight of her bloody knee in the camera instantly stirred sympathy among netizens. Through this livestream, Lin Wanwan became an internet celebrity known for her strong will despite her disability. Meanwhile, I was reported by angry netizens and lost my job. What's more, on my way to confront Lin Wanwan, I was attacked by an extremist with a disability who cut off both my legs, and I bled to death. It was only after my death that I realized everything was orchestrated by Lin Wanwan herself, just to become an internet celebrity. Fortunately, I was reborn the day before Lin Wanwan invited me to go hiking. 1. Just as I confirmed with the head of the department to reschedule the surgery from 3 days later to tomorrow, Lin Wanwan entered my house. She, no longer as dejected as before, excitedly extended the same invitation as in my previous life. I have work tomorrow, so you'll have to find someone else. But tomorrow is my birthday. You're my best friend. How can work be more important than your best friend? The despair from my previous life's death still lingered in my mind. I unhesitatingly shook off Lin Wanwan's hand as she tried to cling to me coquettishly, and her eyes immediately welled up with tears. What's wrong with you today, Nian Nian? Are you still mad about me asking you to bring me a midnight snack last night? You're so petty. You clearly know my leg, even though there are delivery drivers for things like midnight snacks. Lin Wanwan insists on making me, who just finished the night shift, do it. She claims she doesn't want outsiders to see her in a sorry state, saying she only feels at ease when a good friend delivers it. I have a surgery tomorrow, only Dr. Wang and I can perform this surgery, but she's on vacation, so I have to do it. Between a human life and an optional mountain climb, which should you choose? Lin Wanwan, you wouldn't be that selfish, would you? As soon as they saw Lin Wanwan's eyes welling up with tears, my mom and Lin Wanwan's mom immediately went over to comfort her. Complaints kept coming at me. Nian Nian, my Wanwan considers you her best friend. Now that she's in this state, can't you just give in to her? Even if you're not friends, you should at least have some basic empathy for the disadvantaged, right? That muttered comment, and she's supposed to be a doctor. All that education was wasted, though spoken softly, reached my ears clearly. If you know the outcome and still jump into the fire, that's when your education is truly wasted. Since Lin Wanwan lost her leg in the car accident, everyone around her has been treating her like a fragile porcelain doll. Even my own mother, out of excessive sympathy, often reminds me that I must always go along with Lin Wanwan. If she knew how badly Lin Wanwan had harmed me in my previous life, I wonder if she would still join in persuading me. I packed a few things and decided to stay at the hospital tonight, but Lin Wanwan's mother grabbed me and wouldn't let me leave. Nian Nian, can't you see Wanwan is crying? You're her only friend. Now that she's finally pulling herself together and wants to do something to vent her pain, shouldn't you be there for her? Delaying the surgery by a couple of days won't kill you. Just ask the hospital to reschedule it. I turned around and saw Lin Wanwan crying so hard she could barely catch her breath. She bit her lips so hard that it bled. In my previous life, the last color I saw before closing my eyes was the same crimson red that covered the ground. 2. In her previous life, Lin Wanwan attempted suicide multiple times after her amputation. I tried every possible way to comfort and guide her every day, but it had little effect. Until her birthday, she suddenly perked up and insisted on inviting me to go mountain climbing together. I tried to persuade her that even with assistance tools, it would be very tiring for her. If you want to relax, you can do other things, Lin Wanwan insisted repeatedly. Nian Nian, everyone has the right to pursue freedom. Do you look down on me too, naturally? I couldn't bring myself to dampen her hard-won desire to live. Lin Wanwan didn't want to be seen by others, so she chose a path with few people. Whenever she spotted someone in the distance, Lin Wanwan would immediately get off my back and strike an exhausted pose on the ground. Occasionally, when we encountered 1 or 2 people on the road who were curious about how Lin Wanwan could still climb the mountain after having her leg amputated, Lin Wanwan would always quickly say it was to accompany me. At the time, I didn't think much of it, assuming that as a disabled person, she might be viewed with strange looks for wanting to climb the mountain, so I went along with it and said yes, all the way. Lin Wanwan was unusually happy, smiling for the first time in months. Sweat soaked my clothes, and by the time I reached the mountaintop, I was panting like an ox. But I also felt it was worth it to help my best friend feel at ease. This sense of satisfaction lasted until I came across Lin Wanwan's live stream. The mud on her body and the bloodstains on her knees were particularly noticeable. She cried pitifully in front of the camera. "Nian Nian, where have you gone? Why haven't you come back yet? I'm so scared. I was wrong. I shouldn't have disobeyed you this afternoon. But you can't just abandon a person with disabled legs on the mountain and leave me here. I know. I'm just a burden. I should have died in that car accident long ago, but I also have the right to live. Nian Nian, I won't let you succeed. I want to live, and live more brilliantly than anyone." The barrage was filled with people moved by Lin Wanwan's resilience despite her disability. While contacting the rescue team to search the mountain for her, they simultaneously cursed me, her toxic best friend, wishing me a miserable death. When I received the call from my boyfriend Suqing, I was still completely dazed. After going up the mountain, it was clearly Suqing who sent me a message saying that an emergency patient had arrived at the hospital and told me to hurry back. After arranging a sedan chair carrier for Lin Wanwan to go down the mountain, I rushed to the hospital. When I got back, the so-called patient didn't exist at all, and even Suqing looked confused, asking me if I had misread the message. I thought he was just joking at the time. By then, Suqing had already started yelling at me furiously. "Jiang Yan, how could you be so vicious? Do you even deserve the profession of a doctor, which is supposed to save lives and heal the wounded?" Everyone in the hospital started looking at me through tinted glasses. Even the patients avoid me. They would rather waste time waiting in line at Dr. Wang's office than accept my surgery. Someone who would harm even those close to them must have a truly dark heart. I wouldn't dare let her perform surgery on me. I found the sedan chair carriers from that day on the mountain to testify on my behalf. However, they claimed they had never seen me before. Even the messages Suqing sent me on my phone have disappeared. Everyone thinks I'm not only malicious but also a liar, but it was Lin Wanwan who insisted on dragging me to go hiking in the first place. In the end, I became the villain who forced a disabled person to hike for amusement. Under public pressure, the hospital decided to dismiss me wherever I go. I am maliciously targeted. Torn clothes and bags, gum stuck in my hair, and doorknobs coated with super glue became the norm in my life. My fiancé, who was already engaged to me, went directly to my parents to call off the wedding. He is the kind of vicious woman I am, and even a glance at him feels dirty. My life is completely ruined. In the end, on my way to confront Lin Wanwan, I was blocked by an extreme disabled person. My legs were chopped off, and I eventually bled to death. 3. Only after death did I learn the whole truth. The reason Lin Wanwan targeted me was because after her legs were broken, even her parents rarely visited her, yet I went to see her every single day. She thought I was just flaunting my healthy body to provoke her. Lin Wanwan gritted her teeth as she said this, but Jiang Yan had the nerve to hypocritically claim she was concerned about me. Who knows what she's really up to? One day, Lin Wanwan came across a viral video of a blind person hiking with a guide dog, which gave her an idea. I want to make Jiang Yan lose everything, and I should be the one in the spotlight. I watched Lin Wanwan snuggling in Suqing's arms, whining and complaining. My broken leg is all because of Jiang Yan. If it weren't for trying to avoid her that day, would we have needed to go all the way to the outskirts for our date? If we hadn't gone to the outskirts, the car accident wouldn't have happened. Fortunately, she finally got a taste of my suffering. It's just a pity she died directly. I really wanted to see what it would be like for her to live in pain for the rest of her life, and whether she could still act so high and mighty while pitying others. It was only then that I realized why Suqing had taken several days off after Lin Wanwan's car accident, claiming he was going back to his hometown. Although he was lucky enough not to have a major accident, he did suffer some minor abrasions. Taking leave to avoid me and recuperate is because he's afraid I'll connect it to Lin Wanwan. Anyway, Jiang Yan is dead, so I'm not afraid to tell you that you actually played a part in her accident too. Remember how I didn't allow you to contact Jiang Yan on my birthday? Actually, the message she received that day was sent from the phone you specifically used to contact her. Suqing just rubbed Lin Wanwan and called her naughty. He felt no guilt at all about my death. After I died, Lin Wanwan became a major internet celebrity by building a persona of being physically disabled but mentally strong. She was even invited to speak at various events as a representative for people with disabilities. Suqing's ended up with the dean's daughter. However, their affair never stopped, because my resentment was too strong. I couldn't be reincarnated and had to endure the burning pain of my soul while watching my enemy thrive, and I was occasionally dragged out to be spat on and cursed by others. The person who killed me was acquitted in the end because he was disabled and had mental issues. Lin Wanwan even sent money to his family, thanking him for eliminating a public menace. Looking at Lin Wanwan, who was pitifully waiting for my approval in front of me, I clenched my fists tightly. Reminding myself that a gentleman's revenge can wait 10 years, pushing aside Lin Wanwan's mother, I had just placed my hand on the door handle when the door suddenly opened from the outside. Suching turned around to close the door and snatched the bag from my hand. I've already asked the director for leave on your behalf, so you'll have time tomorrow, for I couldn't believe such words came from Suching, even if he was unfaithful in our relationship. I thought at least he was true to his profession as a doctor. Seeing that I didn't respond, Sucheng's eyes were full of reproach. Aren't you usually the one who cares most about Wanwan? Even I, as your boyfriend, only come second. Why are you acting so petty today, arguing with Wanwan over something as trivial as delivering a meal? Aren't you ashamed? Wanwan is in a difficult situation, so it's only natural that we take extra care of her. That's part of being a doctor. And it's something you always say yourself. If outsiders don't know the truth, they might really think he's a righteous and benevolent person. In reality, he's just a beast in human skin. I couldn't help but roll my eyes and quickly avoided Sucheng's hand trying to put around my shoulder. I'd return those words from my past life to him, but I find them too filthy. If you can't stand it, then you should go with her. After all, if a person with disabled legs goes hiking, it's the people around them who will get tired. How many steps can she even climb on her own? She'll probably have to be carried the whole way. It just so happens you're a man, so you're stronger. Suching accused me of being irresponsible, lacking empathy and compassion. Nyen Nyen, aren't you about to be evaluated for associate senior title? It seems I need to go to the director and advise him to reconsider. Suching threatened me as if it were only natural. But he forgot that the promotion spot 3 years ago was originally mine. Suching begged me to give him the opportunity. Nyen Nyen, your aunt already looks down on me a bit. If your professional rank is higher than mine, it will be even more impossible for us to be together. I have confidence in myself. Even if I give it up this time, I will definitely succeed next time. Suchinka had no idea how long you would have to endure. I never expected him to use the professional title evaluation to threaten me now. I watched as Suching gave Lin Wanwan a reassuring look and agreed without hesitation. I smiled and nodded. Does Suching really think he has any say in front of the director? The atmosphere froze, and Lin Wanwan immediately grabbed Suching's clothes. Brother Su, don't bully Nyen Nyen. Besides, this is a girls' gathering. It's more convenient with just the two of us. Brother Su, don't come in and cause trouble. Jiang Nyen, look for yourself, even at a time like this. Wanwan is still protecting you. Suching thinks Lin Wanwan is not worth it. Lin Wanwan immediately shook her head, her eyes reddening. Seeing that I remained unmoved, Suching felt even more pity for Lin Wanwan and was about to step in himself. Lin Wanwan absolutely refused and started sobbing. Suching locked the door and declared firmly, if you don't agree, you won't leave this room. Suddenly, I felt the world was too absurd. No one in the room found it strange why Lin Wanwan insisted that I accompany her. My gaze fell on the camera at home. I lowered my head, then raised it again. I can go, but I have one condition. Suching has to come along too. Lin Wanwan rushed to agree on Suching's behalf. I looked into Lin Wanwan's gleaming eyes, wondering if she was scheming to trick me. Since I can't avoid it, don't blame me for striking first. 5. Lin Wanwan had clearly styled her hair and put on makeup. She looked like an innocent little white flower. The same route, she was carried the entire way, only this time, the laborer throughout was Suching. When we reached the halfway point up the mountain, he wanted to switch with me, but I firmly refused. If he's happy to be chivalrous, then let him do it to his heart's content. I followed the two of them at a distance, neither too close nor too far, with the miniature camera on my collar recording everything. I took a moment to glance at my phone and was surprised to find that this rather dull livestream still had over a dozen people watching. Before setting out, I repeatedly and deliberately confirmed with Lin Wanwan. She was the one who insisted on dragging me along to climb the mountain. I just kept urging her to prioritize her health and consider giving up. In return, I got Lin Wanwan's teary eyes and Sucheng's accusation that I had no compassion. There was an active netizen in the comments section who kept calling Lin Wanwan crazy. She insisted on coming to hike, but ended up being carried the whole way. Are the other two her enemies? Lin Wanwan pretended to be delicate on Sucheng's back. I feel much better now. Brother Su, thank you for your hard work, and thank you, Nyen Nyen, for being willing to accompany me. With every additional word she spoke, the barrage of criticism in the comments grew louder, and the corners of my mouth stretched wider into a smile. The closer we got to the mountaintop, the more people there were. Lin Wanwan asked Suching to put her down. Brother Su is too tired. I feel sorry for him. It's all my fault. A disabled person should just stay at home and not cause trouble for others. But everyone has the right to pursue freedom. Who says disabled people can't climb mountains? Lin Wanwan held onto the steps, eager to give it a try. Suching comforted her softly. praising Lin Wanwan for her bravery. After walking a few steps, Lin Wanwan kept glancing at me, using the excuse that I was thirsty. I sent Suching to buy water. After Suching left, Lin Wanwan began her performance. She threw away the crutch in her hand, placed both hands on the ground, and started crawling forward with her injured leg dragging behind. Nian Nian, don't help me up, just follow behind. Since we're already here, I want to experience this for myself. Before long, voices contrary to the bullet comments began to emerge around them. Several of them were people we had met on the way. What kind of people are they? They clearly know their friend is having trouble, yet they didn't even bother to help support her along the way. That girl said it was her friend who insisted on dragging her to hike. Taking someone with a leg condition hiking, is that even something a normal person would think of? You can tell just by looking at her face that she's unkind. Young lady, let us help you. You should stop and rest for a while. Lin Wanwan pretended to be flustered and repeatedly said, it's not like this, but she didn't explain what it was actually like. An aggressive man, seeing that I remained unmoved, tried to push me. Fortunately, Sucheng, who had just returned in time, blocked him from behind. He pulled me over with concern, looking me up and down. The next second, he saw Lin Wanwan with her knees scraped and bleeding, and his expression immediately changed. What happened? How could you let Wanwan get hurt? 6. Didn't I tell you to watch her? Whatever issues or grievances you have, you shouldn't take them out on someone with health problems. Jiang Yan, how did you become so vicious? The surrounding crowd gathered closer, pointing and whispering at me. This woman dragged her best friend, who has had both legs amputated, to go hiking, just to torment her and make her crawl on the ground. You really can't judge a book by its cover. Her best friend looks so pitiful. Why should she be bullied by someone like this? Suching clearly knew it was Lin Wanwan who suggested climbing the mountain, yet he listened to the people around scolding me without offering any explanation. Holding Lin Wanwan, whose white dress was stained, he kept asking if she was in pain. I calmly looked at my phone. The number of viewers in the live stream had indeed increased several times compared to when we were just climbing the mountain. The screen was filled with curses directed at Lin Wanwan. When the people around had dispersed, Lin Wanwan seemed to finally snap back to reality and looked at me apologically. Nian Nian, are you blaming me? I was just startled by the crowd earlier. That's why I didn't react in time to speak up for you. Oh, so you mean it wasn't intentional? Nian Nian, you're overthinking it. We're the best of friends. Ever since my leg was amputated, you're the only one who visits me every day, buying me the snacks I used to love, and you even went to my idol's concert to record videos for me. I love you the most. I didn't react much, so Lin Wanwan tactfully moved closer to Sucheng. When I answered my mom's call, she first asked if Lin Wanwan was with me. Wanwan's mom and I had plans to go shopping today, but I haven't been able to reach her. And she's not at home either. You need to come back quickly and help look for her. Don't tell Wanwan, I'm afraid she'll worry. It seems that in this lifetime, with Suching following up the mountain, Lin Wanwan took advantage of the situation by having my mom call me away. I immediately agreed. Since she had already set the stage, I naturally had to play my part. I didn't hide anything. And Lin Wanwan promptly showed her anxiety. Brother Su, drive faster, take Nian Nian home first. I can't leave you alone, I'm worried. How about letting Suching go back to check the situation, and I'll stay with you? Suching was already concerned, and immediately agreed when he heard my suggestion. No way. 7. I'm fine. I'm worried about my mom. Since both of you are doctors, I'd only feel at ease if you went back together. I'm really fine. If something really happens to my mom, I'd regret it for the rest of my life. Brother Su, please agree to this for me. Suching insisted that I stay, as he was worried about Lin Wanwan being alone. Or, Wanwan, why don't you come down the mountain with us now? At this, Lin Wanwan was so anxious she could hardly resist slapping Suching across the face. Taking me along as a burden would slow you down too much. I'm worried about my mom. You need to hurry back quickly. I'll be fine. With my help, Suching finally relented. I took the opportunity to glance at the screen and noticed a few more comments had popped up. Though a bit scheming, at least they're quite filial, putting their mother's well-being before their own safety in such a moment. After all, they're disabled and emotionally vulnerable, so it's understandable if they acted out before. Yeah, and besides, her friend didn't explain anything, so netizens have even less right to judge. I hurried down the mountain and spent a full 3 hours looking for Lin Wanwan's mother. Just as my mom was getting so anxious she was about to call the police, Lin Wanwan's mother came running out on her own. She said she had gone to a friend's house to play, forgot about the arrangement with my mom, and her phone happened to run out of battery. Suching looked at the already darkened sky and sped up the car to its maximum. I had turned off the miniature camera as soon as I confirmed that Lin Wanwan's mother was fine. I lay leisurely on the bed, watching Lin Wanwan play the victim in her livestream. Lin Wanwan looked utterly disheveled, her eyes are swollen like peaches, her white dress stained with mud and blood, branches are tangled in her hair, yet it adds a disheveled beauty, eliciting waves of sympathy in the comments. The comments are filled with condemnation towards me. Until a discordant comment appeared among them. I saw the streamer in another live stream this afternoon. Everything she's talking about is in that stream's replay. If you're interested, you can go check it out. The account is XXXX. Lin Wanwan was silently crying in front of the camera, enjoying the barrage of praise for her resilience despite her disability. Discordant comments began to appear one after another. Everyone has been deceived. What the blogger said is completely opposite to the truth. The so-called vicious best friend she mentioned is actually the one who got the short end of the stick. I knew online stories often have twists, but I never expected to encounter one that reversed so quickly. The blogger is such a green tea girl, using such tactics to exploit people's sympathy for the disabled. This is blocking the path for those who come after. Lin Wanwan clearly didn't understand what the barrage comments meant. The sound emitted was unbelievably sharp. I don't know what you're talking about. Everything I said is true. What reversal? Have you all been deceived by Jiang Yan? 8. Playing nice to your best friend's face while stabbing her in the back, and now you want to play the victim. Luckily your best friend happened to record it while documenting her life. Otherwise, how badly would you have been cyberbullied, feeling used? The netizens retaliated fiercely, and all sorts of harsh words started pouring out. I watched Lin Wanwan, who was stunned by the scolding, and finally felt a hint of satisfaction. Lin Wanwan hurriedly tried to get up and end the livestream, but as her injured knee hit the ground, she cried out in pain and lunged straight toward her phone. Amidst Lin Wanwan's screams and a series of chaotic crashing sounds, the livestream was cut off, before the connection was lost. I faintly heard Su Cheng's anxious voice. To play the victim and for the sake of the live stream's effect, Lin Wanwan chose to broadcast from the edge of the top step. If she fell all the way down, it would probably be quite painful for her, but compared to the pain of my previous life, this is still far from enough. In her previous life, Lin Wanwan gained over 100,000 followers through this live stream. Now, all those fans have flooded into my account. The backend is filled with countless messages of comfort and condemnation for the despicable couple. Don't worry, sis, that toxic friend of yours has probably already gotten what she deserved. I often hike up Qilin Mountain, and the area where she was live streaming is surrounded by uncleared rocks. If she fell, it could even lead to disfigurement in severe cases. I hummed a tune, feeling somewhat comforted by this news. Lin Wanwan's only redeeming quality is her good looks. At least half of her money is spent on her face. When my mom urgently called me over, I thought she had seen the whole story online and wanted to comfort me. As soon as I saw her expressionless face, I knew that probably wasn't the case. 9. Want me to explain that it was all a misunderstanding? Are you even my mom? I could understand before when she was deceived by Lin Wanwan's pitiful act and her sympathy overflowed. In my previous life, after I died, my mother always wanted to seek justice for me. She often went to Lin Wanwan's door to confront and scold her. Does it really take my death for my mother to see Lin Wanwan's true nature? My mother looked at me with a worried sigh. You didn't answer Su Cheng's call, so he called me instead. If you don't step forward to explain, he will break off the engagement with you. Moreover, he and Lin Wanwan got hurt because of you, and he's going to sue you. My mom said whether the engagement is broken off or not doesn't matter, but if I really get sued, not only will I have to pay compensation, but Su Cheng is also, in a way, my superior now. In case they make things difficult for me at work later, it will be hard for me to do my job. I breathed a sigh of relief. Fortunately, my mom is still on my side. Forget about Lin Wanwan, but how did Su Cheng get hurt? Although it was late, there were still quite a few people at the foot of the mountain. After watching her and Lin Wanwan's livestream, some righteous individuals took action against them. Su Cheng protected Lin Wanwan and got his hair pulled out. His hand was caught in the car door while rushing to get in. Now both of them are in the hospital. 10. The first time I saw Su Cheng in the hospital, I couldn't help but burst out laughing so hard I doubled over. Su Cheng had a decent appearance. Otherwise I wouldn't have been interested in him. Someone who usually pays great attention to their appearance now looked no better than a beggar. One lens of his glasses was shattered like a spiderweb. 3 or 4 bald patches were visible on his head, with the scalp exposed and still oozing blood. The hand has been treated, wrapped in bandages like a zongzi. Su Cheng saw me and immediately started giving orders. We left Wanwan alone on the mountain and never went back to get her. Today is her birthday, so she was feeling a bit wronged and went live. It wasn't intentional. Moreover, she fell down the steps and cut her face, which will leave a permanent scar. This can be considered a lesson learned. Now go online and explain everything clearly. I glanced at Lin Wanwan lying on the hospital bed. She hadn't woken up from the anesthesia yet and was mumbling something. It shouldn't be like this. Everyone was supposed to believe me. I was about to become a major influencer. Seeing this, Suching patted Lin Wanwan with his other hand. I heard from a colleague that Suching injured his bone. Even with his hand injured like this, he could still care about Lin Wanwan. On the way here, I came across someone online describing the scene at the time. Taking advantage of the darkness, someone threw stones at the two of them. Suching held Lin Wanwan in his arms the entire time. Someone pushed and shoved, causing Suching to lose his balance and stagger a few steps. In her panic and fear, Lin Wanwan kept pulling on Suching's hair for support. After Suching placed Lin Wanwan into the passenger seat, Lin Wanwan hurried to close the door. Without even looking at Suching's hand, which hadn't had time to move away, she slammed the car door shut. It said that Suching's scream at that moment wasn't much different from a pig's squeal. So, in fact, Suching's current state is mostly Lin Wanwan's handiwork. When I asked, anger flashed across Suching's face before he suppressed it. I began to grow curious. Suching was definitely not someone who let romance cloud his judgment. On the contrary, he was quite selfish. He is so selfless in thinking about Lin Wanwan. Could it be that besides their private affair, he also has some kind of leverage held by Lin Wanwan? 11. Suching, we're over. There's no need to trouble my mom to pass messages between us anymore. Suching, who had been so arrogant just moments ago, suddenly started stammering. Why? I refused to give Lin Wanwan any explanation. Didn't you say you wanted to break off the engagement? Suching softened his tone. I was just angry at the moment. We don't need to break up over such a small matter, trivial matter. That's because Lin Wanwan's scheme didn't succeed. In my previous life, after I was cyberbullied, everyone turned against me. Suching not only didn't speak up for me, but also quickly distanced himself from me. He even played a part in getting me fired after I died. When he was cheating with Lin Wanwan and mentioned me, it was only with the word unlucky. Seeing my determination, Suching's pride, which had been built up over the years, exploded. Break up then. Someone like you, who has no tolerance for either your best friend or your boyfriend, will never amount to anything in life. Wanwan is much gentler and more sensible than you. The ignorant netizens will see your true colors and clear Wanwan's name. Someone as jealous as Lin Wanwan is most skilled at targeting those close to her. If she's having a hard time herself, can she really just watch Suching live freely? 12. Lin Wanwan announced another livestream. At the same time, I received a message from Suching. For the sake of our past relationship, I'm giving you one last chance. It's still not too late to publicly apologize to Wanwan and then step forward to take the blame yourself. Otherwise, I guarantee you'll regret it. As I hurried up the mountain, I blocked Suching. I set up this stage. Did you really think I wouldn't know what kind of show Lin Wanwan was planning to put on in the footage? It was still the spot where Wanwan had fallen earlier. The two prominent flesh-colored scars on her face were very noticeable. However, with good lighting, she didn't look ugly at all. Instead, she had a pitiful charm about her. Ugly people sure make a fuss. Oh, who forced you, a disabled person, to climb the mountain this time? Can't this vicious person just stay quietly at home? It's so annoying to see them. The screen has been filled with non-stop cursing. I've been having a really tough time lately. My relatives and friends don't want anything to do with me. Strange things keep appearing at my doorstep, and my phone has been blown up with calls, all from people cursing at me, sobbing. Lin Wanwan's display of weakness, however, made the live chat applaud with approval. She had no choice but to grit her teeth to stop her sobs and continued. I really can't take it anymore, Jiang Yan. Since you're being unkind, don't blame me for being unrighteous. The barrage, hearing there was a twist, stopped spamming and started eagerly watching, urging Lin Wanwan to hurry up. It was Jiang Yan who wanted to be an internet celebrity. Everything everyone saw was a script we both agreed on from the start. I had planned to wait until Jiang Yan gained more popularity before clearing things up for me, explaining that we were just joking around. But now that Jiang Yan has the spotlight, she's completely ignoring me. It wasn't until after I died in my previous life that I discovered Lin Wanwan had prepared a backup plan. If I managed to escape her schemes, I would never speak up for her. As long as I remained silent, she could easily turn the situation around by relying on the internet users' tendency to follow trends blindly. Netizens aren't fools. They don't believe everything she says and are all demanding to see evidence. How could I possibly have things like audio recordings or screenshots? I was too naive back then and never imagined I'd be betrayed. Otherwise, how could I have been deceived by Jiang Yan? Lin Wanwan's eyes were red and wide open, tears streaming down her face, looking utterly pitiful, coupled with her innocent appearance. Some people in the comments started speaking up for her. Come to think of it, who would deliberately keep live streaming while hiking normally? Besides, Jiang Yan's account was a newly registered one with no previous posts. Lin Wanwan immediately chimed in. Jiang Yan never used to do live streams before. This account was specifically created for this, and it has already gained over 100,000 followers. Jiang Yan asked me to teach her how to live stream, but in the end, I was the one who got hurt. It's my own fault for being too kind-hearted. In order to help my best friend become an internet celebrity, I even went along with her in deceiving netizens, but I was also deceived by her, and I truly apologize to everyone. Lin Wanwan struggled to stand up, supporting herself on both sides, and assumed a kneeling position, bowing her head in apology. This live stream is only to prevent everyone from being deceived by those who are truly exploiting your popularity to rise to fame, although I don't have direct evidence. There are indirect witnesses. From behind Lin Wanwan, a plainly dressed middle-aged man stepped forward. It looks convincing at first glance. Lin Wanwan's confident expression remained until the witness began to speak. 13. Isn't it wrong to lie? Should I really say it the way you taught me? What are you talking about? Lin Wanwan's scream pierced through everyone's eardrums. She shook the witness violently, her voice filled with panic. Didn't you say yourself that Jiang Yan didn't pay you to carry me down the mountain that night? Didn't you say she was lying? Say it. What did you say before? Say it. Jiang Yan didn't hire anyone to carry me down the mountain, so she was lying. Everything she said was false, threatening the witness right in front of us, so you're incriminating yourself. The witness got anxious and pulled out the transfer record I gave him that night. Your friend did arrange for me to take you down the mountain, but you absolutely refused to go at the time. I even stayed with you for an hour. This is the $1,000 you gave me. I'm sorry, miss, but I still feel that lying is wrong, so I'm returning the money to you. Lin Wanwan crouched on the ground, grabbing stones and throwing them at the witness. That's not true. Jiang Yan must have bribed you to frame me. She actually guessed right. I promised to find a decent job for his son. So naturally, they would say whatever I told them to say. I really didn't arrange for him to escort Lin Wanwan down the mountain. I arranged for him to approach Lin Wanwan on his own initiative. I made Lin Wanwan believe that she could get him to testify with money, make Lin Wanwan believe that victory is within her grasp and that she can definitely turn the situation around. The crowd was furious, and the barrage of comments had completely obscured Lin Wanwan's face. Lin Wanwan became obsessed, repeating that the witness had been bribed by me and that everything was my scheme, but no one believed her at all. 14. I had just approached Lin Wanwan when Suqing rushed up from nowhere, his face filled with anger. Jiang Yan, I never expected you to be so vicious. I truly regret choosing to be with you back then. Wanwan is kind and sensible. How can you bully her like this? Don't you feel any guilt? I moved closer to Suqing and whispered in a voice only he could hear. You don't know yet, do you? The kind Lin Wanwan you see has completely destroyed herself. She couldn't ruin me, but she can ruin you. Look at the message the director sent you. Suqing, get ready to be expelled. The text alone reveals the sender's furious state. Suqing stared blankly, unable to believe what he was seeing. Did you do it? It was the kind and sensible Wanwan, after all. She's the only one who knows about your affair with the director's wife. Suqing looked at Lin Wanwan in disbelief. His mind hadn't processed it yet, but his body moved first. A slap sent Lin Wanwan tumbling down the stairs once again. The scream came to an abrupt halt. 15. If I hadn't been reborn, indeed only Lin Wanwan would know this secret. In my previous life, after I died, the name Huang Fang was mentioned by Lin Wanwan. I only found out recently that the director's wife is named Huang Fang. Lin Wanwan wasn't as lucky this time as she was last time. Her temple hit a rock, and she immediately fell unconscious. Her mother didn't want to pay for her medical treatment. With the live stream as evidence, she demanded that Suqing take full responsibility for Lin Wanwan's medical expenses. Suqing, who came from a remote mountain area, had only this job to rely on. He felt that he had been fired because of Lin Wanwan and was still fuming. How could he possibly care about Lin Wanwan now? Instead, he started pestering me. Nian Nian, can you forgive me just this once? I was deceived by Lin Wanwan before, which is why I didn't trust you. Huang Fang, she was the one who seduced me first. I only made that foolish mistake for the sake of our future. It turned out that Suqing performed poorly during his internship and couldn't stay on. He went all out to cozy up to the director's wife just to secure his position. Lin Wanwan accidentally discovered this matter, but she said nothing and instead confessed her feelings to Suqing. At first, Suqing stayed with Lin Wanwan purely out of guilt, afraid that she might expose him. As for what happened later, perhaps it's just a man's inherent nature to be foolish. Upon learning that Lin Wanwan's car accident was also related to Suqing, her mother even went so far as to blame him entirely. He threatened to either pay up to settle privately or sue Suqing for intentional injury. Not satisfied, She also spread the word about Su Ching's promiscuous affairs until everyone knew. One night, Su Ching was ambushed, beaten up with a sack over his head, and the next day he disappeared without a trace. Lin Wanwan's mother thought he was trying to evade responsibility and hide. After reporting to the police, I found out that Su Ching had actually been trafficked abroad. It is said that he was killed that very day for trying to escape. On Lin Wanwan's side, the hospital issued a final notice. She is in a vegetative state and is unlikely to wake up. Her mother was unwilling to continue treatment and abandoned her at the hospital. In the end, the police forcibly sent her back to her home. Within a couple of days, I heard that the Lin family had held a funeral. Occasionally when colleagues chatted about it, they would look at me with sympathy. I actually encountered two such terrible people. I hold the notice of successful professional title evaluation in my hand. I rejoice at the change of fate in this lifetime. I am also happy that my great revenge has been accomplished.